guys, what is going on, and welcome back to another ASMR video on my channel. Today guys, as and it shall be delivered, last video I said comment down below what video you want to see, and one of the OGs on this channel has commented down below, shout out on this, conspiracy theories. Thought, you know what other perfect video would there be to make than a World Cup conspiracy theory? Now, there'll be Spain in the chat. Spain won the World Cup since filming this video. Yeah. I'm currently sipping on that Limini Mao. Pause. In Mackey's, McDonald's in the UK, they've got like, if you get a meal, you get a cup, and each cup I think has a different player from a different country. I got a meal the other day and this was the cup I got. It was all wrapped up and you opened it. I wanted to get more, but the World Cup just finished yesterday, so I fear that it's going to be over soon, so I haven't been able to do it. But if it's not, I'm going to check this week. Actually, I might research after this video. If the Mackey's meal is still going to be in Mackey's, I might film that for this week for you guys, so yeah, stay tuned for that potentially. But anyway, boom, the World Cup is over now, and it has had a lot of speculation, a lot of conspiracy theories have been flying around, guys. Now, if you guys are in the world of football, this won't be new to you. You may agree with some of these, and some of these you might not, and it's okay. Some of these are just my opinion, and some of these are just theories I've seen flying around the internet, you know, just to give you guys a heads up for you guys that don't care or didn't watch the World Cup. Spain won yesterday. Now let me get my thoughts on the World Cup before I get into the conspiracy theories. Now, obviously, I'm repping France today, mostly because it's the only like country jersey that I have. I don't have an England jersey yet. I don't know. I support England. I haven't got one. I know it's bad, but anyway, I support England, and we got third. How do I feel about that? I could be here all day, guys, talking about my opinion on how England done. My anger for the manager, in my opinion, completely the manager's fault. And, you know, a lot of English fans, we share the same opinion. You know, we could have won that game easily. I'm not going to get into the theatrics of that game, but we could have won that game, and it's so frustrating that we chose the tactic that we did. It's the best finish that we finished in like 60 years or so we've got to be proud of that at least. But I just feel like this was the squad for England to do it. I just feel like it's not going to come home for like, and I don't know how long. I think I said it last, was it Euros World Cup with that squad, but I was like, nah, this one is it. Like, I rate Tuchel's decision making because I agreed with a lot of his decision making. You know, some of the players he left behind, some of the players he chose to bring. However, he proved me wrong. I was really rooting for Tuchel and thinking, okay, boom, we've actually found someone. And then he makes the decision he does for us to drop back and be so defensive with 40 minutes. Was it 40 minutes or so? I can't remember now. To go. When that's like a great tactic for the last 10 minutes, but when it's like 40 minutes or so to go, that's just not what you do. Especially with a team like Argentina. All we did was just allow them to keep working on the play until they eventually got a goal. And then 2 goals. But anyway, back to the conspiracy theories. Okay, so I'm going to be reading off my phone. This is theory 1. Was Egypt ever meant to be Argentina? Now, let me start with some water. It started as the perfect underdog story. Egypt, one of the surprise teams of the tournament, standing toe-to-toe with the reigning world champions. By the 58th minute, the impossible seemed to be happening. Egypt thought they had scored what looked like a second goal. Players celebrated, fans erupted. Commentators were already talking about the biggest upset in the world of World Cup football. Then, everything stopped. VAR wasn't checking the finish. It was checking the offside. Officials went through the build-up and identified a foul that many viewers hadn't even noticed in real time. was wide from the scoreboard after a lengthy review. From that moment, the atmosphere changed. Argentina suddenly found belief. Egypt looked shaken. Within minutes, the momentum had completely shifted, and Argentina mounted a comeback to win 3-2. Almost immediately, clips from earlier matches began appearing online. Supporters pointed to similar physical challenges that had not triggered VAR reviews. Why had this one been examined so closely? Why did officials rewind so far back into the attacking move? If VAR exists to correct clear and obvious errors, why did this review seem to go looking for one? The Egyptian Football Association didn't just complain on social media, they formally challenged the officiating and demanded answers over the decision. And that's where the theory begins, because if one decision can erase a goal, one erased goal can change a match. One changed match can reshape an entire World Cup. The question many fans kept asking wasn't whether Argentina were a great team, it was something much simpler. Was the comeback created by football, or by a decision made hundreds of miles away in a video operation room? Then, people started looking beyond the decisions, because maybe the biggest clue wasn't a penalty or a VAR review, it was the road itself. When fans mapped Argentina's journey to the semi-finals, one statistic stood out. Not a single team they had faced was ranked inside FIFA's top 15 going into the tournament. Cape Verde, Egypt, Switzerland. On paper, none were considered among the world's elite. Meanwhile, on the other side of the bracket, England had to battle through heavyweight opposition. Spain found themselves facing Portugal before taking on France. Every round looked like a final. Every match felt like it could end a tournament. Argentina's path looked very different. Some called it the perfect draw. Others called it I can't read, guys. Others called it unbelievable luck. Try not to be biased. Try not to, speak from the heart of England losing to Argentina. This is me being very, just open and honest. It's pretty clear that Argentina are FIFA's favourites for whatever political or whatever reason, who knows. There's just so much things that Argentina fans no hate towards them, but you can't deny, all of the different pieces. There's so much more little things that people thought, hang on, that's weird. And I could do a whole video on it. If you guys wanted a part 2, you might not, but if you guys do want one, comment down below. I'll be more happy to do some more football talk. But yeah, enough about Argentina and my rivalry with them. We're gonna go on to the second conspiracy theory. Okay, theory 2. The Balogun is an American player. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so I'm just gonna say the Balogun decision that changed everything. Every World Cup has one moment where fans stop talking about football and start talking about power. When Florent Balogun, I'm going to put the gentleman on the screen so you know what I'm talking about, because I probably just butchered his name. When Florent Balogun was shown a red card during the tournament, the expectation was simple. His World Cup was over. Players have accepted suspension for decades. It's a part of the game, but this time, something unusual happened. This suspension didn't just become a football discussion, it became a political one. Within days, public figures were weighing in, pressure mounted, and eventually the decision was overturned, allowing the Balogun to return to the tournament. For many supporters, that wasn't the shocking part. The shocking part was how quickly everything changed. Sorry about my phone, guys. Fans immediately began asking a different question. If enough influence can reverse a suspension, what else can influence? Could the biggest tournament in the world really be completely separate from politics? When politicians themselves were discussing player bans, nobody had an answer. But from that moment on, every controversial decision involving the United States was viewed through a different lens. Was it football, or was football becoming something much bigger? I don't even have the words for my opinion on that. I just think that's just, I didn't see the reason for the booking, so I can't say my opinion if I think it was a red or not. But if the decision's been given, how many times in football we've all Starmer, but I think he's stepping down now. So whoever's gonna be in charge, Boris Johnson, whoever, can he just say, nah, you know what? That wasn't a red card on Bellingham. Like, where do we draw the line here? That's just my opinion, man. Actually, no, that's never my opinion. That's valid. If you don't have that opinion, I don't know what to tell you, mate. Alright. But yeah, in my opinion, that should not have happened. Trump should not have a say in a player, in a decision being overturned. So yeah, there's that conspiracy. Well, to be honest, that was not really a conspiracy theory. That's just theory, if you think about it. But yeah. Okay, guys, and that is the 2 conspiracy theories we'll be touching on today. If you guys want more, if you either want just conspiracy theories or, you know, football related content, comment down below. I'll happily do more. I do quite enjoy the conspiracy theories. I'm going to do some more aside from football. I think I'm going to do like on random topics. Now, obviously, guys, this World Cup for me has been a real sad one. You know, thinking this is going to be the first, you know, time I see England lift the trophy for the first time in my life. England hasn't won the trophy since 1960 something, I believe. And I really thought this was that time, you know, watching England growing up. And this is heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak. And I really thought this was the time. I didn't think it was the time. This was meant to be the time. This is the time we could have done it 100% with this squad. This was our year. And it's just a shame that it didn't go our way. You know, especially if you're looking at the squad. You know, potentially Kane, you know, has been our captain for a minute now. I'm not sure how old he'll be, but he'll be a bit more on in age. Will Kane still be our guy? I don't know. He might be a bit too old. So yeah, we'll probably gonna be looking at a completely different squad in 4 years. But we've got the Euros to look forward to. Kane will hopefully lead us to victory in that. If we can get to 3rd place in the World Cup, you know, we can definitely win the Euros 100%. I think this is our year for the Euros. Well, not this year, but you know what I mean. But aside from England, the loss of England, my goal, Ronaldo, this will be his last World Cup most likely. I know he'd want to keep pushing for another one if he could, but I just don't see another World Cup, definitely another Euros. World Cup, probably not. I mean, it's already 41, is he already? I think 41. I think it's 41. So yeah, it's really sad, you know. Ronaldo's my favourite player. Growing up from a little kid, you know, the reason why I support Man United, why I first supported Man United as a kid, whatever age it was as a little kid, he was like a teenager back then, and now it's like his last World Cup, so it's very emotional not seeing him reach the finals. I really wish he could have done it. I really wish he could have brought it home, you know, for Portugal, but it just wasn't meant to be, and that's okay. Aside from Ronaldo, obviously, Messi, obviously, as I said, Ronaldo's my goal, but still, growing up, the rivalry between those two. But yeah, guys, so there we have it, a little conspiracy theory